For more insight, we welcome to studio Turkey expert Dr. Eytan Cohen Yanarocak from the Jerusalem Institute for Strategy and Security. Thank you, as always, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
In studio. These ties are warming, but as we keep discussing, it's a slow pace, but it is happening. We know about security coordination. We know about intelligence sharing behind the scenes. Tell us more about what is likely to come out of this trip with Benny Gantz touching down soon.
In my opinion, it's another important step for mending defenses, for building this trust building between the two countries. This is very crucial because, as you already mentioned, for a decade, the defense ministers of these two countries did not contact each other, so it's another important milestone in the relations. In my opinion, today we are not going to witness an arms deal that maybe Israel could sell some weapons to Turkey or the other way around. But what we're gonna see today is more that two leaders will they're going to know each other better, and there will be a people-to-people relations, and I think this will be the key. And I also would like to make here another comment today. If we are going to look at the schedule of the Turkish defense minister, so he already met today with the Azerbaijani and with the British counterparts. So today also the Israeli defense minister is coming to Turkey. So in my opinion, given the latest incidents in Iran, I do not think that it's a coincidence, because also Azerbaijan is very much concerned. Also, Turkey is very much concerned, and also Israelis and the British are very much concerned. Only last week, Iran conducted a military drill next to the Azerbaijani border. And in my opinion, besides the Israeli-Turkish relations, I think both of the defense minister will most likely to speak not only intelligence sharing about Iran, but also how to cope with this Iranian challenge in the region.
And is it likely that Recep Tayyip Erdogan and his team would be keen to take sides, so to speak, with Israel when it comes to that terror threat coming out of Iran?
Well, let us not be,
too optimistic.
Turkey and Iran are not fighting with each other for centuries. The two countries already signed a peace treaty called Zuhab, which was signed by the Ottoman and the Safavid empires, and since then we did not see any military conventional warfare between the two sides. So but what we are seeing is a rivalry and a proxy war in different theaters. But let's not be naive. You cannot expect from Turkey to confront Iran. Maximum, I can make such a metaphor, like two gentlemen are sitting at a cafe, but they are smiling to each other, but they are kicking each other underneath of the table. So this is the Turkish-Iranian relations.
And trust and restoring trust is something that obviously is going to take time when it comes to mending the fences when relations have been frosty for a long time. I want to bring your attention to a major story that is unfolding as we speak. Gas extraction has officially started from the Karish offshore rig in the eastern Mediterranean. Energean, the company making that announcement earlier on in the day. Of course, this is coming a day before this historic signing ceremony that's supposed to take place near the Lebanon-Israel border tomorrow between two warring countries, enemy countries in this region. Turkey obviously watching. Talk to us about how this would be perceived out of the eyes of Ankara.
Well, in Ankara's point of view, this is a very positive step, because Ankara is also fantasizing about paving a pipeline from Israel to Turkey at the expense of the Cypriot exclusive economic zone. Jerusalem's perspective is known about that. Without the consent of Republic of Cyprus, I do not foresee that such an action would be taken by the Israeli decision makers. But still, if Israel and Lebanon, which are hostile countries to each other, are capable of doing that, so why not Turkey and Cyprus and Greece cannot do that? Because at the end of the day, since 1974, we did not witness to a total war between the two sides, and even we did not witness to violence between the two communities. So in my opinion, since we do not also have the religious dimension in this conflict, and it is only related with territory-based disagreements, I think this is a mission possible. And besides that, also geostrategically speaking, we all happen to know that because of the Ukrainian war, the European Union needs to decrease its dependency vis-à-vis Russia, and that means that we have to export this natural gas immediately to Europe, and of course that is pushing us to another junction. Israel, Republic of Cyprus, Turkey and Greece should find a common denominator to solve their problems. You may tell me that I'm very much optimistic once again, but
certainly
5 or 10 years ago, if you could ask me about the Abraham Accords, could we imagine the Middle East of today? Certainly not.
Right.
So if Abraham Accords became a fact on the ground, why wouldn't we see another U-turn in the Eastern Mediterranean?
Dr. Eytan Cohen, Yanarocak, we always appreciate your insight and your optimism as well. It's always refreshing. Thank you so much for being here in studio.